Kira is low. Kira is down, but the core is low as well. That's Urel to fall. Danny's still working, 12%. There's Greymane, there's Brightwing, and the core is saved at 10% health. Red, oh my gosh, Red is tearing through the members of Bronze 6. Somehow Ferret's gonna survive. Hello and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series Season 15. We're kicking off today. I am the Crushinator and I'm happy to be bringing you this Division B East matchup. We've got Midnight of Mummies taking on Team Name for day number 1 matchup. Exciting stuff to see. Teams are getting ready. Teams are getting ready to go. Let's go over to the map select. We shall see what the map situation is. We've got Volskaya Foundry, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Towers of Doom, and Alterac Pass banned for this best of 3 matchup. We're going to start things off on Infernal Shrines as chosen by Midnight of Mummies. Let's jump right into that draft. All right, we are in. Tychus is going to be the first ban here from Team Name. See what the response shall be from Midnight of Mummies. Hope everyone in the chat's doing fantastic. Key is here, Norator is here, Ektar is here. Are you ready? Are you ready for a whole nother season of the Nexus Gaming Series? I've been getting, I got some preseason in, we got some Storm qualifiers casted, but today is the big day. Everyone jumping off week number 1. You love to see it. Junkrat banned out, Varian banned away. Varian, Tychus. Seems to be a theme in those 2 bans as we see Mephisto removed as well. An all-time favorite here on Infernal Shrines, to be sure. How you doing, Keladorn? Johanna, first pick here from Majesty over on Team Name. Hard to go wrong. Johanna's kind of rotated back to that spot that Johanna was at on release, which is just, you can't really go wrong with Johanna. Unless the enemy team just drafts Major Dive, which is not that common, then Johanna kind of just always does fine. How you doing, Wono? Pink Blackout. Hope you're doing well. The response here from Midnight of Mummies, Rhaegar and Vala picked up by Ragu and Andrew, and we got a Gul'dan from Duff McWhalen. Patience bringing the Brightwing. Love to see the Gul'dan come on out. Unfortunately, not a lot of mages doing fantastic in the general meta, but you can always make things work. You can always make stuff work. That's the beauty of Heroes of the Storm. Just because something isn't great in every single comp doesn't mean it can't work with the right team, the right attitude. You've got to have the right attitude with Gul'dan. It's important. It's important. A whole nother one's not doing it for you, buddy? Blaze going to be banned out here by Midnight of Mummies, one of our premier offlaners. Especially here on Infernal Shrines, being able to come in on the side of those fights and cause such mayhem. The Orc also taken away. Hogger's still up. We'll see if there's any Hogger players between these 2 squads. It's not one that every offlaner has picked up, just because it's, the newest hero in Heroes of the Storm, and sometimes, you just don't pick stuff up. That's alright. Can make it work still. Bricky going for the May here. Gonna go for some space, some area control. As Huckett on the Kira, 4th pick for Midnight of Mummies. Getting fancy with the Kira. Should do pretty well versus Gul'dan if they get into that 1v1 situation. But, we'll see if that ever comes up here. Kira very good on the flanks. Very good at dueling. But if the opponent just doesn't allow that kind of situation, we'll see what Kira can get up to. Double Life going for the Tracer here for Team Name, and Kerrigan to round things out. A very lethal squad here. Triple Assassin over on the side of Team Name. We'll have to see who's covering that off lane. Whether we've got maybe a Brightwing staying on the offside, Kerrigan could do it. I'm interested to see the rotations here from Team Name on this Triple Assassin. Last pick here from Midnight of Mummies, MZ17, going for the Uther. We've got a double healer plus the May right now with a Vala battery. Two very different style comps. We've got the hyper damage versus the hyper sustain here on map number 1. To see how these two clash, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be exciting. Let's get ready here for game number 1. Here we go. It's game number 1 of our best of 3. On the left in the blue, we have Midnight of Mummies. Ragu on the Rhaegar, Huckett playing the Kira, Andrew is on Vala, MZ17 on the Uther, and Bricky is playing May. On the right in the red, we have Team Name, Double Life on the Tracer, Patience playing Brightwing, Leo Rice on Kerrigan, Duff McWhalen is on that Gul'dan, and Majesty is playing Johanna. Alright, here it is. Game number 1 is underway. Checking in our level 1 talents. Looks like Gul'dan going for that W build. Drain life on level 1. We've got the Hammer of the Lightbringer here for Uther, going for those auto attacks and cooldown reduction. Fatal Wounds here for Kira, looking to stack up those bleeds. And we've got auto attack quest here for the Vala, standard scaling talent for a single damage Vala. I say single damage, but Kira puts out pretty good damage too. Rotations will commence here. Team Name getting on down to the bottom side. Majesty looking to cut off the rotations, but Bricky going right down the middle here. Comes the rest of the crew on the left. Majesty going to step up and get that dismount as the wave is starting to move into the wall here. Bricky trying to find double life there, but Tracer a little too slippery for that Blizzard gauge. Looks like we got Kerrigan doing the offlane work here for Team Name. As Kira doing the same for Midnight of Mummies. Team Name going to go for this bottom camp right away here as Midnight of Mummies grabs their left Khazra. Very lethal offlane. Two heroes that aren't exactly known for backing up in Kira and Kerrigan. So far, oh, we got some pressure onto May down here on the bottom side. Bricky trying to get away, gets hit by that Corruption and the Pulse Bomb on the way out, but still survives. Andrew getting some hits in there as well before having to retreat. I suppose I could put up a poll for game number 2. It's been a while since I've had more than like a handful of people in the stream that have bothered to do a poll, but we could do one for game number 2. Right now, Bricky coming across, possibly to challenge the right side. He's going to take a little bit of damage on the way out, but no camp invade to be had. So far, Kira and Kerrigan have just kind of been ships crossing in the night. Neither are really contesting each other in lane, just doing their double soaking business. Right now, Team Name has the pressure in the mid that Midnight of Mummies is going to have to step up and deal with here. Approaching the 2-minute 30 mark, so the back Shaman camp will be a priority here. Team Name jumping on that straight away, getting that prepped for the bottom lane objective. It's going to be coming up in a minute. No move onto Kerrigan just yet, as Huckett just comes up to grab that soak. Midnight of Mummies grabbing their Shaman camp as well in preparation for the Shrine. Team Name prepped and on the way here. We'll see if Kerrigan's going to be there right on time. That'll be an interesting scenario here for Team Name, as their offlane is kind of their main Shrine clear. See if there's going to be any switching of duties or roles during this objective phase, or if Kerrigan just stays off. Right now, Midnight of Mummies pushing the top lane, getting their Shaman camp as much value as possible. But Team Name already 16, 17 minions down on this objective. We'll see if there's going to be an engage here. Bricky finding the stun onto one. The rest of the team is going to come on through, but Johanna just catches everybody here. Andrew pulled into the mix. Ragu in trouble, but the double heals keeping everyone okay for now. But running out of cooldowns, Rhaegar is going to be the first to go down. MZ17 split from the rest of the team here as Huckett tries to duel with Majesty. Uther going down on the top side as Team Name is going to grab the objective and the first double kill of the game. Punisher, Frozen Punisher pushing down the bottom lane here. As Kerrigan has gone off to soak once again. Level 7's here for Team Name as they're pushing down this bottom wall. Members of Midnight of Mummies coming on down for the defense as Johanna guarding Vala from stepping up and clearing this objective. Ricky taking a lot of damage on the way in there as the extended range on the Drain Life doing well for Duff McWhalen. First fort's going to fall on this first objective as the jump lands onto 2. There's the freeze as well, but no one going to be rooted. So right now it's going to be a simple back from Team Name and a steal on this left side camp. Huckett going to step forward, not going to get on there in time, but there is going to be an engage. Kira finding one on the edge here as Johanna leading the way out. Duff McWhalen gets hit with the grappling hook here. Gonna get on out. Andrew trying to tag him with that multi-shot, but Gul'dan gets away. Kerrigan continuing that double soak as Huckett forced to help clear that stolen camp in the mid. Now bottom camp being threatened by Team Name as Bricky gonna be polymorphed, double life stepping up, putting a little bit of damage, but shouldn't be too much further as Ragu is going to come on through for the help. Right now, Team Name absolutely rolling here. Going to be level 10 shortly. With a full level lead right now. Working on the trifecta, finishing the mid-right camp. So right now, Midnight of Mummies getting the bottom lane clear, but they're not going to be able to step up pretty soon as 10s are nearly here. Kerrigan and Kira dueling it out here on the top side. The healing of Kira, the shielding of Kerrigan. Make it pretty difficult in that 1v1. 10s have arrived here for Team Name. We've got the Falling Sword, Horrify, Ultralisk? Ultralisk? Yeah, summon Ultralisk. What do we got? Sticky Bomb here for Tracer. Is Huckett in a little trouble here on the top side, rotating around, getting a quick stun onto Double Life. Double Ravage there from Leorice is going to secure the kill for the side of Team Name, but that's going to be, oh, that's a great cleanse there by Patience, but not going to be enough. Kerrigan will fall as we see that blink heal from Brightwing to get away. That kill quickly gets level 10 online here for Midnight of Mummies. You see that Ice Wall coming on out is going to stop Gul'dan, looking for the stun as well. Divine Storm onto 1 as there is the cleanse. Is that going to be enough? Huge Horrify from Duff McWhalen, but Gul'dan's got to get walking here. Gets slowed by Bricky, but gets behind the wall. Ragu has to hit the Self-Ancestral to stay alive here. And looks like Midnight of Mummies, they might be thinking about a re-engage. Majesty gathering him up here. Duff McWhalen stepping on out once again as the brawl continues in the mid. Next mid shrine is coming up here as these teams are big-time brawling now that level 10s are online. Midnight of Mummies, you saw that Ancestral, you saw the Reign of Vengeance, Ice Wall. We've got the final strike here for Kira to round out those heroics. Shrine is activating here. Looking at a Mortar Punisher in the mid. Both teams right on time here. Gonna be another big fight stepping up here. Ice Wall will not catch anyone. This Team Name steps up to get 10 of these minions down. Bricky diving right into the backline here. Huckett trying to engage with the revolving sweep. Not going to get it. Nice cleanse once again there by Patience. Falling Sword comes on out as well as Huckett is brought right into the mix there. Unfortunately, stepping up into that cleansing zone. MZ17 is in there till the finish. Uther going to fall. Double kill here for Team Name. Can they keep it up the chase? No, they're just going to double back and get this objective claimed here for the red team. Now top lane pushing on in. We're going to see Bricky and Andrew get that cleared away to set up for Midnight of Mummies' next defense. We're going to get a 39. No, Kerrigan's just going to go ahead and finish that off. And with a level 13 advantage, Team Name is going to push through the mid. Leorice thinking about an engage there. Ice Wall traps 3, but there's a jump stun follow-up from Kerrigan. Bricky still going in there. Has the cryo freeze, but is still very low on health. Hit by the Falling Sword, and that is it for the front line. Mortar Punisher still wailing away on this fort. Nice follow-up there. Kira is going to go down. Team Name continues to press on forward here. See if they can get more than just this keep wall with that new double kill. No, looks like they're actually going to head on up to the top lane to grab themselves an extra structure here. How you doing, Desda? Team Name wrapping up this last fort here on the side of Midnight of Mummies. 6-3 on these structures. As the rotations will commence once again. Looks like Midnight of Mummies trying to snag this bottom camp while they have a chance. They gonna cover that lane. Team Name just gonna go ahead and stop at their mid camp. 13s are here from Midnight of Mummies, so they could take a fight if they need to. Bricky staying up here. Looks like the rest of the team is starting to kite on back. Cryo Freeze popped here as the Ice Wall going to catch two. Now we've got a stun onto the front line. May is tanking quite a bit of damage here. This could be the engage they're looking for. Another great set of cleanses, though, on the side of Team Name. Forces Huckett to escape. Divine Storm is going to hit, but so is the Horrify. Double Life is trying to get on top of Andrew here. Last couple shots is going to be it for Vala. Rhaegar falling as well in the scuffle, and now the chase is on for the remaining three members. Uther being chased away, going to be pulled in and taken down on the top side. There goes May as well. Huckett trading with Majesty here, but with Tracer on the chase, that is going to be it. The full team wipe is recorded by Team Name. How you doing, Troopar? Now we're going to see Team Name with a big advantage here on the map. Just rotating around, getting as much of the camps as they can. This is a tough spot here. They still have all their keeps, so Midnight of Mummies is not out of this by any means. Once you start losing keeps, that's when things start getting a little tough. But for now, if they play safe and they take their time, they still have a good chance here. Majesty playing forward. The rest of the team ready to jump on in. This Midnight of Mummies going to go ahead and grab this top camp. Gang Squad patient on the bottom side. Top left camp is taken as Duff McWhalen getting that bottom lane pushing. Majesty way out front here as Bricky is spotted. Ragu, ooh, oh, the rest of the team wasn't ready. Here comes, can they still get Ragu here? There's the wolf form. Sticky Bomb comes on out, and that is going to be a catch. Rhaegar taken down on the bottom side. Ice Wall not going to get any lockups there. As now the Shrine is activating, and now Midnight of Mummies don't really have the opportunity to step on up here. They're going to head to the top lane and see if maybe they can pick up a fort for free. See how Team Name responds, if they want to just race this down or if they want to try to catch them on a flank here. Looks like they're happy to just grab this Punisher and get a move on. Top fort will fall, so a little bit of experience, passive experience trickling on in. Team Name, I like this plan. You got your catapults, step up here, prime this lane so that you can secure a keep and possibly more. Members are starting to back here on the side of Midnight of Mummies. Got to prep for this defense, but right now they're about to be down 3 levels, and they're down a 16 talent here as well. Kerrigan dealing with that top lane, so only 4 members on the push here for Team Name. Jump goes out onto Bricky. Nice warding blizzard there. Kerrigan still dealing with the top lane, so this isn't a full push to end. Final strike used to clear out those minions, forcing the members of Team Name to move back here. Extra damage comes out onto May, as this is a pretty solid defense here from Midnight of Mummies. They're going to keep their keep at half health. Nicely done. Bottom camp going to be picked up here quickly by Team Name. Midnight of Mummies just trying to play as safely as they can, but Team Name, they're on even talent tiers now. I'd love to see them just slow push the bottom keep. Like, just use Gul'dan's range. You've got your cleanses, you've been catching the team fights all game long. You've got the camp pushing in. Try to slow take that keep. Omega with the big brain strats in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Got a double camp push in the mid here. Team Name looks like they're going to put their money on that horse for the moment. Bottom lane cleared away here by Midnight of Mummies. Ricky creating a bit of space here, and Team Name is they're playing it slow and steady. They've got 20s here in just a moment. So might as well clear another lane or two before you take a quick fight. One more wave should do it. One is crashing here in the mid. And there you go. Level 20s are here for Team Name. Let's see if they can bully through with this advantage. Very cautiously, very cautiously, preparing the next team. We've got a Mortar Punisher ready to come in through the top lane here. Looks like they're going to guard against this Shaman camp that's coming up in just a moment. Midnight of Mummies. Still 3 levels before they can get to parity on talents. Camp is up. Majesty's going to go ahead and start it. Patience on the low side. Bricky might want to go for this. There's an ice wall. Rest of the team in the general vicinity, but no full engage here from Midnight of Mummies. Lanes continue to push into the keep walls. We've got a double catapult in the Shaman camp here on the top side. Team Name gonna get this wall down no problem. Bucket gonna be pulled in there by Majesty. No follow-up from Kerrigan just yet. Looks like they're thinking about just doubling back and getting the objective to help push this lane. There they go. Oh, Majesty's looking for a gank on the low side here. Patience got to get in the bush, though. There we go. Getting those invisible friends to come on out. So far, Shrine not activating. Looks like Midnight of Mummies not interested in starting up this objective. They're just going to go around, try to find their 20s, and see if they can get another defense here. Bottom lane stack be cleared away here by Kira. Midnight of Mummies. Yeah, they're just going to work around the edges of the map here. Be an easy Mortar Punisher here for Team Name. Patience starting this back camp. We're going to see Duff McWhalen come on through to help it out. Now the Punisher's on the way. Midnight of Mummies really trying to get as much value as they can here, grabbing this bottom camp. Maybe kind of, sort of. There they go. Well, Dan and Brightwing, unfortunately, taking a little bit of time to grab that camp, are not here immediately for this push. But not too far behind. Jump comes out onto Kira. Nice pull from Kerrigan, but a cleanse from Uther is, oh, barely not enough. The shield glare hitting just before the Ancestral. Unfortunate there for Midnight of Mummies. They're going to lose this keep, but now the objective pushing on in. Andrew is going to get pulled in next. Ancestral once again just a moment too late as the Horrify splits the remaining members of Midnight of Mummies. Uther being sent away. There is the Falling Sword upgrade. Ragu takes some hits. Kerrigan with another big pull. 4 members down, and that is going to be game number 1. Team Name picking up the victory here on Infernal Shrines. GG. Very nicely played, very nicely done by Team Name. The aggressive style with the extra assassins definitely paying dividends throughout that game number 1. Let's go to the post game. See what the stats can tell us here. Andrew on the Vala, getting slightly ahead of May there on damage at the end. A little bit tough there. Vala kind of didn't have a lot of opportunity to get up and running on those fights. Well, Bricky was just all up in their business as much as possible. Over on the side of Team Name, Duff McWhalen on the Gul'dan getting top damage there at 39,000. Take a quick look at the talents. As as we update the scoreboard and we'll get ready for a game number 2. Alrighty, welcome back. We are setting up here for game number 2 of this Division B East matchup. Midnight of Mummies currently down 0-1 to Team Name, and our second lobby is set. We're getting ready to go. Let's go to the map select. We are headed to Battlefield of Eternity here for game number 2. Team Name looking to close things out. Midnight of Mummies looking to force a game number 3. Let's jump into that draft. Alrighty. Swap in the pick order this time. This map chosen by Team Name, so Midnight of Mummies will be first to act. See if there's going to be any change in pick priority here on Battlefield of Eternity. Ewok Irby, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Leo Rice did play a Kerrigan in game number 1. That's true. Vala going to be the opening ban here from Midnight of Mummies this time. Not willing to first pick it. As Tychus once again removed. Looks like Team Name coming in with a pretty clear draft plan. You don't want to deal with Varian taunt and pick. Midnight of Mummies considering their next mid ban here. Wouldn't mind a Johanna ban. Majesty was doing a really good job of controlling that space in game number 1, catching those engages. See what they think though. It's going to be a Hogger ban. No Hogger priority in game number 1. But we believe that Team Name has it up their sleeve. And Team Name going to ban Johanna. So a lot of Johanna respect here from Team Name. And some Vala respect from Midnight of Mummies. The picture unfolds.
We will forge a great destiny.
Oh, I've still got the Stream Elements timer going. Well, it's always good to donate, chat, but that event is not currently active. Bricky is going to go ahead and grab that Varian Toot Sweets, as it did remain up. I want to see if Stukov is first picked here by Team Name, just to be sure.
Here we go again.
Duff McWhalen going for the Chromie first pick. Patience is going to opt for the Lucio. Okay, so they're going to try to high five people out of those Varian shenanigans. That's a good way to go about it as well. I'd want to see, honestly, if you're going to Varian first pick, I'd want to see them go like Li Ming and Stukov right here, but they're going to do something different. We're going to see Diablo Brightwing from Huckett and Ragu. So that would imply this Varian may not be taunt. Okay. With Diablo, Smash Varian could do some work. You could just do solo Twin Blades Varian while the rest of the team defends. That's another way to go. I did not expect this from the draft. I want to see what these last 2 picks are from Midnight of Mummies. Hanzo won't be one of them, though. Is Team Name going to go ahead and ban that away? Midnight of Mummies looking at the Lucio Chromie. They've already got several tanks, but they're going to take away the Kerrigan. Kerrigan definitely a strong one in game number 1. Not interested in running into that one again. A Gazlo pick? I could see a Gazlo coming on in for Team Name here. It does give Varian and Diablo some interesting charge targets. Garrosh Uther. So now we've got a double healer on the side of Team Name. And with a tank, just kind of swapping swapping drafts here. Chromie the main damage so far. We'll see what Double Life picks up. So is this an Uther off lane then? Team name. So this sort of comp on Battlefield of Eternity for team name is super dependent on team fighting. And we'll see what Midnight of Mummies is going to do. They're going to do Zul'jin Leoric, so that would imply that they're down for some fighting here. But the Leoric is definitely going to be a strong in the solo. I guess Double Life could pick up an offlaner here. You'd want one with pretty high damage, though. Chromie's damage is good, but it's not reliable. Especially into a Diablo. If Diablo takes Soul Shield, Chromie's damage is pretty laughable onto that front line. Let's see what Double Life picks up here. It's a Rhaegar. Okay. So we've got triple healer Garrosh Chromie. Rhaegar can do some offlane stuff. Yeah, if team name loses an objective, they're in big trouble. That's my analysis here. If they lose an objective, they're in big trouble. We'll see how it goes. Getting ready for game 2. Let's do it. It's game number 2. On the left in the blue, once again, we have Midnight of Mummies. Andrew is on Zul'jin, Ragu playing Brightwing, MZ17 on the Varian, Bricky is playing Diablo, and Huckett is on Leoric. On the right in the red, we have Team Name. Patience on the Lucio, Double Life playing Chromie, Majesty on the Garrosh, we've got Leorice on the Uther, and Duff McWhalen is playing Rhaegar. Did Jin make the camera? Yeah, he's back. I mean, it can be a race map. You've got, you know, it can also just be an infinite fight map. You can just defend. That's a way you can play this. So I think a lot of this is going to come down to how they pilot their comps, but I don't think either comp is going to look particularly good if they lose an objective. That's my main observation of these drafts. We shall see. We've got a 2-3 setup here for the side of Team Name. We're going to have Rhaegar and Uther there on the top side, fighting versus Huckett. Leo shouldn't have too much trouble just counter-clearing and throwing out that W. On the bottom side, Zul'jin's just looking to get as many axes thrown as possible. Yeah, I'm not sure, Atex Master. I don't know if this is going to be a Smash or Twin Blades. I would assume we're looking at a Smash, but you never know. Both have their possibilities. Two on the top side here. Varian coming up to the top lane, possibly to help out Leo, but we're still only level 2, so there's only so much that Varian can do. Nonetheless, Varian is going to come on in here and try to put some damage onto Duff McWhalen. It is double healer, but it's 2 healers with long cooldowns here, so they're going to get pushed off the point by Midnight of Mummies. Both Rhaegar and Uther have pretty long cooldowns on those heal buttons, at least in the early game. The brawling continues here on the bottom side. Right now 3 stacks out of 30 for Zul'jin. Can step up here without too much trouble at all. You just have to watch out for those Garrosh throws. Right now, Leo staying on the top side here with Varian to make it a 2-3 mirror. Varian is going for the Twin Blades. It is locked in here, putting the hurt onto Leorice, but there's the towers to defend. The brawling continues. No one has made a move towards their back shaman camp just yet, as the Immortals are spawning on in now. Looks like Ragu could be headed to the top side here to make it a 3v2. Uther and Rhaegar forced back just a little bit here. Patience thrown on in. They're looking for Andrew, but Zul'jin able to walk it behind the gate.
I shall purge your evil from this land.
Objective is up and running here. Both teams getting in position. You see a throw into the back onto Bricky as Diablo escapes through the stun of the Immortal for the meantime, but Patience on the chase. Can Bricky get behind the gate? Double Life trying to catch up here. Little miscommunication. Last auto, then Bricky's gonna stay alive there. Lucio unfortunately booping Diablo out of that stun from Garrosh. Now they're looking for Huckett here, but Leo has the walk to get away. Stun comes out onto Bricky as the brawling will continue. Diablo, somehow still alive, will finally go down. Diablo to fall. There goes Varian. Double kill here for the side of Team Name. Early fighting should go over to Team Name for sure. They've got a triple healer comp. Damage isn't scaled up yet for the side of Midnight of Mummies. Zul'jin only gets stronger over time, as does Leoric. Varian, of course, can scale up over time as well, so we'll see if Midnight of Mummies can hang on until that later point in the game, as they strike back versus Uther for the time being. Zul'jin, unfortunately, going down to the Nexus Forces, though. Chromie trying to get some damage in on that Immortal, but it's going to be Midnight of Mummies picking up this first Immortal for the bottom lane. So we'll see what the defense is here with the triple healer from the side of Team Name. Chromie, the only one who can damage this objective from range. Also the only one who can really clear that lane reliably. Tough McWhalen trying to step on out, get a little bit of damage in using that lightning shield. Tower still wailing away on the objective here. There's a nice stun from Bricky on the edge. Polymorph comes out as well as Andrew popping the Amani Rage. Wall going to be taken down, but that is about it as the objective falls. Are we going to see a chase? No. No chase here from Team Name. Leoric continuing to work here versus Uther on the top side as the bottom camp is being watched here by both teams. Z17 and Bricky refusing to leave that bush despite how many times they're scouted. This is our bush and no one can do anything about it. Oh, Double Life, it's a trouble. Patience with a great pull there. Nice boop to save Chromie. Now Bricky trying to get away. Z17 into the back line, but now has found themselves in the wrong neighborhood. There is the heal from Ragu. Is it enough? No. Varian goes down. And now Bricky in some trouble as well as Leoric is... No, not Leoric. I was trying to say Lucio is just keeping everybody in place. Ragu caught as well. That's a triple kill here for Team Name, and they will go ahead and grab this bottom camp. Getting ahead with that kill experience, they'll be at level 10 first. Our next Immortal's getting ready to spawn on through. Double Life gonna have to head on back for some mana. Uther just holding their own up here. Has finished that Hammer of the Lightbringer. Garrosh still needs 3 more hits on that Q for the finish. We've got about halfway done with Stormcaller here for Rhaegar. And 18 out of 30 stacks for Zul'jin on that baseline quest. 10s have arrived for Team Name. We've got the Decimate here for Garrosh, Divine Storm, High Five, Slowing Sands, and Ancestral Healing. Right now, Midnight of Mummies trying to find one more wave here to get that level 10. Bricky finds a stun on the front line, but Majesty has the cleanse. Diablo, is going to be stunned there. Doesn't have the armor just yet. Bricky going to be thrown on back there. The Slowing Sands is really slowing down Varian. Patience going to eat that Ancestral. I think that was meant for Majesty, but still Diablo going to go down. Big stun train onto Huckett as Leo is going to fall here. Varian trying to walk it on back as we see another double kill here from Team Name. 10s are being selected, though, by Midnight of Mummies. We've got the Blink Heal, Apocalypse, Taz Dingo. Leoric going for the March of the Black King here, just trying to get any extra damage that they can get. And it is Shield Wall for Varian. Varian trying to wrap around to the back here, will be spotted. Caught there by Double Life, is forced to move on away. There is a huge APOC in the corridor, but Majesty, with the great Indomitable there, is going to hold the line in the front. Slowing Sands is just a hellscape here for the side of Midnight of Mummies, finally able to move away. Varian being slowed on the retreat as Huckett trying to turn around with a huge swipe. That is Varian to fall, though. Huckett cannot get the last hit onto Duff McWhalen. Leo Rice getting up there with that hammer of justice, and that is Leoric to fall. Team Name continues to roll here with their 11th kill of this game. Zul'jin getting close to capping out, 26 out of 30. Varian needs, I'm not sure which part of the quest still, probably 5 hero takedowns. Yeah, that's got to be the 5 hero takedowns. Varian's still missing. Now the defense here on the bottom lane. We'll see what the defense is like for Midnight of Mummies. I predicted it wouldn't be great, but we'll see how it goes. They do have Zul'jin who can bring this down from relative safety. Andrew's got to watch out for this wall, though. It's going to be going down in a moment. Right now, Rhaegar trying to hold off Leoric on the top side, so 4v4 situation here in the bottom lane. Leo Rice over the top. There's a throw and a Divine Storm. Now the full fight has been engaged. APOC comes on out, splits the members of Team Name. Duff McWhalen coming on down. Leoric coming on down. Huckett is going to get the slow onto everybody here. Could this be the fight that Midnight of Mummies is finally looking for? Polymorph comes out. Self-Ancestral not going to be enough. Rhaegar goes down. Uther goes down. The Slowing Sands is preventing a chase for the meantime, but Bricky is starting to break free. Huckett on the outside, wanting to find a slow, couldn't get the swipe in. But still, 2 kills for Midnight of Mummies, getting them some of that catch-up experience. They've still got the bottom lane that got pretty damaged in that push, but now starting to show that the scaling is coming online. Zul'jin finished with that baseline quest. Only unfinished quests so now are Varian and Rhaegar. As we see Team Name trying to control the top side here. All 5 members up here as Huckett gets the spooky walk back to safety. Bottom lane, we got a camp and a catapult that are going to have to be dealt with soon. Bricky gets the good scout there onto Majesty. There's the Indomitable as Diablo's thrown back. Can NC-17 get onto the point? Yes! Big stun comes on out as the huge fight comes on through. What a cleanse, though, to deny the Ancestral, or not the Ancestral, the Divine Storm. APOC on the point as Rhaegar goes down. Andrew trying to move it on back, but Zul'jin is gone. Brightwing next to fall. It is just a pit of pain here on the top side. That is Uther next. Leo goes down. 2 versus 3 for now as Majesty being moved around the point. No one wants to give up the camp. Majesty is fighting hard here. MC-17 swiping away, and finally Garrosh goes down. Patience going to be caught here on the way out. One more Q, it's not enough. The Lion's Maw cannot take down Lucio. And I don't know who won that fight. Maybe it was both teams, maybe it was nobody. But the camp goes over to Midnight of Mummies. Bottom lane is starting to build up hard here. Uther to clear that out for the side of Team Name. The objective being burned down quickly here by Midnight of Mummies.
Enough. I seek better ground.
Backhand going to be taken here by the blue team. As Uther trying to clear out this bottom lane. Pretty even on experience here, considering. All 5 members here as Majesty trying to create some space. Varian in the back line trying to get onto the healers. Bricky diving in onto Duff McWhalen. Brightwing is going to get stunned out of that phase shift on the way in. APOC is going to get a stun onto the front line. Bricky in big trouble here as Ragu tries to get the heal. Ancestral does land this time onto Majesty as Diablo will be taken down on a soul reset. Andrew throwing out those axes, trying to walk it away here, but Duff McWhalen on the chase. Chromie is going to get that last hit as the fight goes on here. Ragu next to go down. Puckett being chased away. Can Patience catch up and get the knockback? The answer is yes. Leo is down. Now Varian is the next to be caught in this pit of mayhem. Varian will fall here. That is 4 kills for Team Name. Ricky back to make it a 6th kill in that fight. You ever see a 6-player team wipe? Well, it just happened. Nonetheless, Midnight of Mummies did pick up a very shielded Immortal here, so that should finish off this top fort. One more swipe should do it. Top fort does go down here as bottom keep actually fell to the pressure from Leoric and the wave that had been pushing that whole fight. So overall, despite losing 6 players in that last team fight, Midnight of Mummies came out way ahead. Bottom camp going to be claimed here for Midnight of Mummies. Right side Shaman going to be worked on by Team Name. And now Midnight of Mummies just thinking about whether they want to go for the gank here. Bottom side team is going to show. Moving up to the top to get these lanes cleared as Midnight of Mummies. Over a level behind here, but on even talent tiers. And now it looks like we've got a fight coming up from the bottom side from Majesty. Are we going to have ourselves another gigantic fight on the camp? Ragu just getting out of dodge there. Bricky and crew, there we go. Leo's thrown in, but only one is stunned. We've got a double cross maneuver here as Uther is taken down on the back line. They were going for the big maneuver, but now Majesty and crew are on the retreat here. March of the Black King. Trying to get the last damage onto Majesty, but won't be enough. It was a good attempt there from Team Name, but unfortunately didn't get the clump of Midnight of Mummies that they were hoping for. Majesty, I think, saw MZ17 on the rotation there. No, gonna be pulled into the pit here. There's the polymorph, and Majesty is down. Nice pick off by Midnight of Mummies. Gonna get some water in. So, Midnight of Mummies coming back here. Looking very, very strong. Only one structure left on the side of Team Name. Can they find the fight that they're looking for? Norator, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Looking like a pretty full shield immortal to come on through here for Midnight of Mummies. Couple points taken off the low side, but not a whole lot. Oh, trying to wrap around here. Leorice could be in trouble. Bricky, oh, doesn't go for it. There's the stun, and now we've got a full fight here. That was full cooldown. Divine Storm got popped there. We're going to see Chromie with the stasis. Won't be enough as a last-second rotation there from Midnight of Mummies. They found one pick here onto the main damage. Can they just push in for core here on the bottom side? Nice slow push here. There's a poly onto the front. Double stuns there as Varian looking for a way in. There's the flip. Majesty pulled into the corner there. Garrosh goes down. And now Duff McWhalen is the next to be pulled into the mix. Double unstoppable is enough for Rhaegar to escape, but doubles back here. Varian charging on forward. That is a body block onto Rhaegar. Duff McWhalen goes down. Triple kill here for Midnight of Mummies, and now they've got the wave and the catapults. This looks like it's going to be it. There we go. Midnight of Mummies strike back and even up this series 1-1. GG. Very, very nicely played there by Midnight of Mummies. Their comp outscaling and coming out ahead of the triple healer on the side of Team Name. Quite a battle there. Game number 2. Let's go to the post game. See what the stats can tell us here. Leoric, top damage overall on the side of Midnight of Mummies, over 70,000 for the Bone Man. Meanwhile, double life on the Chromie, nearly 90,000 for the side of Team Name. Take a look at the talents as we close out this game. Because we're not closing out the series just yet. Alrighty. Alright, welcome back. We are setting up here for game number 3 of our best of 3. Midnight of Mummies coming back against Team Name, and we are going to the wire here. Hope everyone's been having a good time. I see you hanging out in the chat, doing a fantastic job of analyzing these games. Keep it up. Keep cheering for your squads. Looks like the teams are about ready, so let's head on over to the map screen. We are going to be going to Garden of Terror for game number 3 here, as chosen by Midnight of Mummies. Let's get into it. Draft has started. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Tychus first ban. No Tychus allowed this series at all. Garden of Terror, a significantly more PvE heavy map, I'll say, than Battlefield of Eternity. I think these teams will have to draft at least one wave clear hero. We'll see if they do it, but I think they have to do one of them. Midnight of Mummies going for the Johanna ban. Draft priorities definitely adapting throughout this series for both teams, as Varian hits the ban board once again. Team Name reminded of why they chose that Varian ban in the first place. Midnight of Mummies. We'll see what they're worried about here. Gonna take away the Chromie. Okay. When I think of Garden of Terror, I don't necessarily think of Chromie, but, you know, some long-range poke onto the objective, being able to play over the walls is pretty good. Patience going for that Brightwing first pick. You get the macro, you get the lane control, you get to visit the off lane. Nothing can go wrong with a Brightwing. 5 wave clear heroes. Yeah, you could probably do that. Ooh, a Ragnaros here from Huckett. Our first Ragnaros of the day. We'll see what the pairing is going to be. Andrew going for the Greymane. Speaking of PvE damage, those two can definitely keep those lanes cleared and keep those camps taken. It's a big pivot there from the side of Midnight of Mummies. Leo Rice going for the Dahaka and Duff McWhalen back to the Gul'dan here. So that's a double global here on the side of Team Name. We'll see if they can take advantage and maybe get some odd number fights here on Garden of Terror. Midnight of Mummies. Looking across at this setup, we'll see if maybe they want to remove another tank here. Gonna take away the Stitches. Alright. No Stitches so far this series, however. Ragnaros Greymane can be a little bit vulnerable to that short-range hook. Sylvanas banned away by Team Name. Sylvanas Greymane, absolute pushing force. Understandable ban there. Midnight of Mummies. Let's see what their priority is going to be here for the 3-4. Bricky going back to the May and Ragu on the Deckard. Going for some zone control. Definitely strong on the tight corridors of Garden of Terror. A Mage Bruiser and a Healer Bruiser. Alright, I can dig it. Last two picks coming on through here for team name. Going for the Tracer again. Here is Double Life, and we'll see what Majesty's thinking about tanking with here. We've got a Blaze, so a Dahaka Blaze frontline here for the side of team name. Speaking of wave clear, Blaze has it in spades, so you'd love to see that. MZ17 on the last pick here for Midnight of Mummies. Looking for a pairing along with this Greymane. You could go another, another Assassin. You could go another Bruiser here. Zarya here for MZ17. Best of both worlds here. Okay. An interesting fill there. It does make them possibly want to fight a little bit more than Garden of Terror demands, but it's possible. Possible to force those fights. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. On the left in the blue for our third time tonight, it is Midnight of Mummies. Ragu is on the Deckard, Andrew on Greymane, Bricky playing May, MZ17 on the Zarya, and Huckett is playing Ragnaros. On the right in the red, we have team name. Patience on Brightwing, Leo Rice on the Dahaka, Double Life playing Tracer, Majesty on the Blaze, and Duff McWhalen on the Gul'dan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 3 is underway here. Garden of Terror is the map. 3 level 1 quests here on the side of team name. Going for the new habits for Blaze, trying to get that unstoppable after gathering up the globes. Speed quest for Dahaka, and W Drain Life quest for Gul'dan. Zarya still considering that level 1 talent pick here. We'll see when that gets locked in. Huckett helps to clear that mid lane. It is going to be that maximum charge here for Zarya. Dahaka up in the top lane, just going to be versus the Ragnaros here. Ragnaros can be a little bit of a tough lane opponent if you don't respect the damage, as he's got the poke damage and some significant melee damage. So Dahaka gonna have to watch out for that. Greymane having to deal with Blaze here on the bottom side. That's definitely going to be a tough one for Andrew. Just trying to clear the lane as safely as possible. Double Life going to go ahead and start up the siege camp here as all camps on the map become live at the 1 minute mark. Andrew going to jump on this side camp here as Majesty is going to scout it out. I don't believe has been spotted here. Well, we're going to keep an eye on this action as we see the right side camp taken. Are we going to see Tracer come across here? Looks like they're thinking about coming on through. There's Brightwing to come on in as well. Andrew forced off the point. The Hawken coming on in, and that is Greymane going down. And that is exactly how you want to use your globals here on Garden of Terror. Very nicely executed by Team Name. Dahaka going to rotate down to the bottom side. Blaze heading up top. Tracer starting up the camp grind once again.
You're just in time for the seeds of my vengeance to sprout. But
we got a bottom right side seed to start things off. Team Name favored. It's Ragu just trying to step up and clear these giants. They are shredding down this wall. Camp's being taken. Majesty has to clear out the top side. Midnight of Mummies dealing with their bruiser camp here. Seed has spawned. Neither team in a terrible hurry to get there. Team Name gonna get down there and clear it out now that they have their lanes managed. A quick 1-0 on the objective here for Team Name. Nicely done. I don't know what my wife is watching downstairs, but she is losing her mind right now. Ragnaros taken down in the middle lane. Nice pick off there by Team Name, getting them their second kill of the game. Andrew trying to step up and get this wall taken down as Leo Rice rotates to help out Majesty. Triple takedown for the top bruiser camp for Team Name. So Ragnaros is now back on the battlefield, and now we've got a top left spawn for our next seed. See if there's going to be another pick potential as Double Life watching this rotation. Sorry, I'm having a tough time with that level 1 quest. Hasn't really had the opportunity to sit and brawl. Pocket helping to clear away the top lane here. As the seed has spawned. See if there's going to be any pressure here from Team Name or if they're just going to keep up macro around the map. So far, it seems to be doing them well. They're not in any rush to jump on that seed point. Majesty thinking about it. Oh, the seed hasn't been claimed just yet, so we're going to see Blaze go for the interrupt. Majesty is in the mix here as Huckett gets polymorphed. Now we're going to see a great drag on the backline. Greymane goes down. Duff McWhalen forced to move away after Bricky gets the flank. Zarya in some trouble there, will be caught and removed. Ragnaros is now a building. Going to go ahead and stall this out for a little while. Top left camp going to be stolen here by Team Name. 2-0 on the points. Camp stolen. Looking like they're game 1 selves here on Garden of Terror. Andrew trying to take this mid camp once again. Looks like not going to be an invade this time. I thought Duff McWhalen and Majesty might just roll straight in there, but no such play to be had from Team Name. 10s have arrived here for the red team. We've got the Horrify, Bunker, Isolation, Sticky Bomb, and Blink Heal. Still another level required here by Midnight of Mummies to match the heroics.
You would best be ready to gather another seed, heroes.
Tahaka, ooh, tries to predict with the drag tongue but doesn't get it. Now Patience taking a little bit of damage here in the mid as Andrew tries to shred down this wall. Next seed is spawning neutral bot. Let's see if it's going to be a quick 3-cap here for Team Name. Midnight of Mummies does have their 10s now, though. Starting to lock those in. Lava Wave here for Ragnaros, Graviton Surge for Zarya, Stay a While and Listen, Cursed Bullet. We'll see what May is going to end up picking here, as they're not looking to give this up for free. Cursed Bullet on the front line, Blaze takes a hit, is going to pop that bunker. Avalanche is the choice here for May. Leo Rice in the backline can't get the drag onto Andrew as the isolation misses as well. Still Dahaka burning away on the back there. Avalanche does not catch anyone as Andrew is caught. We're going to see 2 into the Zarya ult. Ragu in some trouble will be the next to fall. MZ17 hit with that fear as Bricky gets pulled in. Huckett in trouble as well. And we see MZ17 possibly grab a kill. We've got 4 so far from Team Name. Does Leo Rice have the drag? No, cooldown not available. 4 kills for Team Name and a full turn-in. See what they can do with these Garden Terrors. Splitting well around the map. Gul'dan up in that top lane. Brightwing in the bottom lane. This looks like it's definitely going to be 3 forts here for Team Name.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Bottom fort down, mid fort down. Duff McWhalen. Ragnaros might actually be able to cover this top one as Graviton Surge not going to catch anyone in the mid. Oh, Majesty and crew, they're looking for Huckett. Heavy rotation, great stun there from Blaze. Polymorph is out, and Ragnaros is down. Are they gonna run the bunker play? Come on, Majesty, do it! Do it! There you go! The bunker is down, and so will be the fort. Everyone in pile in! Yes! That's how you do it. Solid gains on that first triple turn-in from Team Name. Be a camp steal here on the top left. Midnight of Mummies just sticking together, trying to rotate safely. Everyone just doing their camps. Camp business. You're on Garden of Terror. That's the name of the game. This camp is tanking the wave best it can. Give the Bruiser camp a chance to just walk straight into the wall. And yeah, camp's being taken. That's Garden of Terror for you. We'll get back to our normally scheduled fights right after this camp break. Oh, yeah. Team Name looking for their level 16s before the next major encounter. We'll see if Midnight of Mummies is even going to try to contest this seed spawn, or if they're going to try to just wait out 16s of their own. There it is, 16-13. Bragg. Ooh, Bragg stepping up to try to get this clear in the mid. Yeah, Midnight of Mummies, they don't really have much of a say of what to do on the map here. They got to clear up the mid, they've got to clear up the bot. Top has catapults that have to be dealt with, and we've got a backside spawn for this seed. Not a whole lot of choice there for Midnight of Mummies. Bot lane, though, will be cleared up fairly quickly. Team Name will have the opportunity to just keep the pressure on, possibly slow push a keep. See what they want to do with their map advantage. Top lane will once again be cleared away by Ragnaros. All your minions are belong to us. Bricky, oh, Bricky may be caught on this rotation here, has to use the icing to escape. Team Name just gonna live on the left side of the map for a little bit. Bottom left spawn for our next seed. Up 1-0 once again. Here is Team Name. The team of Midnight of Mummies just kind of has to stay in the base. They don't have their level 16s just yet. They could step up for a fight here, 15 versus 17. Not sure I'd advise it, but they definitely could do it. Bricky gonna hold position here. Team's in the area. Heading on down to the bottom lane here. Oh, May is out of cooldowns. Now Majesty, yeah, they're coming around. They want the fight there. Avalanche is going to send the 2 damage away. Stuns out onto Majesty. Will we have the bunker available? Yes. Denies the stay a while and listen. The Zarya ult is going to be denied as well. And this is a fight the Team Name is loving that they get to take here. The backline is being ravaged by Dahaka. Bricky trying to get on out. MZ17 is low. That's Zarya to fall. That's May to fall. Rag is next. There goes Greymane. Full team wipe for Team Name. Might be too early to end. Timers are a little bit low here. Yeah, I think it's a little too early to end. But they will pick up the keep nonetheless, and they will be able to double back for another set of Garden Terrors. To 15 here. Team Name just running this match right now. Midnight of Mummies, they've got their 16s. They've got one last gasp here. Try to get that catch-up experience and fight their way back onto this map. They are facing a major uphill battle right now. Garden Terrors are on the way. Team Name is going to focus on the top lane. See, Midnight of Mummies has what it takes for the miracle defense. Rag is going to clear out this top lane as Bricky going into the back line, looking to catch one. Duff McWhalen not hit with the avalanche, though. May still in the back causing troubles. There's the polymorph as the push continues here on the front line. May going to have nowhere to go here in a moment. Bricky goes down. Tahaka help guiding the Terror through the mid as one Terror on the bottom side has already taken down the core. And here comes the crew. Team Name is going to step up and look to end this game. Greymane caught. There goes Ragnaros. 3-level lead. Heroes tend to pop real quick. MZ17 being chased out. We'll see if they can get the Zarya kill before the core falls. Looks like the answer is no. Team Name gets the 2-1 and wins this best of 3. GG. Very nicely played. Team Name had the execution start to finish, and they get their series victory. Very, very nicely played. Let's go to the post-match. See what the stats have to tell us here. Huckett on the Ragnaros top everything for the side of Midnight of Mummies. Over on the side of Team Name, Gul'dan, Duff McWhalen leading the way once again on the Damage. Put up the talent screen here as we update our scoreboard for the final time, and we'll see if we can get ourselves an interview with our victors. All right, looks like they're already waiting for me, so let's get over to that interview. Hello, Majesty. Congratulations on the 2-1.
Thank you.
Very nicely done. We had some pretty interesting drafts this series. Tell me about the plan coming in. Was there any research to be done? It seemed like there were a couple of target bans that you put out there.
Yeah, so I went through and I reviewed their whole roster, and I found that their 5-man from last season was exactly the same. So I went with the assumption that they would play the same things, and so I just went through all their games from last season, and then I faced them last season because we were both in A, and I just looked what we did then and just did it again for the bans.
Definitely looked like you had a penchant for banning away that variant. It snuck through there in game number 2. Tell me about game number 2 there. Tell me about the triple healer. Is that something that your team gets to bust out a lot in practice, or was that sort of a spur of the moment idea there on Battlefield?
So we actually randomed the last healer. Around pick 3, because we were second pick? So around our third pick. Our main roster 5th man that wasn't here at the start showed up and was explaining that he got in a car accident, and which is why he wasn't there to start with. And so we ended up having a lot of conversation about that, and the drafting conversation kind of got buried. And by the time we got the reins back in, it was we randomed last one.
Oops. Well, quite the story there. Goodness me.
Yeah.
Well, you're able to bring it back there in game number 3, looking very, very strong there in games 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Tell me about the division. Are there a lot of players and teams that you've been able to play with before, or has the team sort of moved around in such a way that you've got some fresh competition this season?
I think for me, I think a lot of this is actually, besides Mom and FC Hot Chicken, I think almost the rest of the division is kind of new to me.
Okay.
I've seen them around NGS in the past. Like I know of them. I've casted some of them even in the past. We've scrimmed 1 or 2 of the other teams already as well. So, but they're relatively new. So it'll be a fresh season, more or less.
Cool. Very exciting stuff. All right, final question. You got to tell me about the team name. How'd you come up with it? What was the idea?
So this is like my fifth or sixth iteration of a team name. And it started actually back with Heroes of the Dorm. Uh,
Okay.
I was making my Heroes of the Dorm Tespa team, and I am not a creative person. I am very much a science and numbers kind of person. And so when it asked me, "What's your team name?" I was like, "Well, obviously it's team name then." And so whenever I have a season that I captain, and I think Patience is captain one or two of them, uh, and it's like, well, if you don't have any good ideas in the first 30 seconds, we're just gonna go with team name. And this time is also a little bit of a homage. Arthur Bishop, our man who wasn't here tonight, and then Duff McWhalen, uh, were all on my original Tespa team. We all started HOTS back then, and I was the only one who really stuck with it. Um, so coming up to this season, Arthur was like, "Hey, if you're competing, I just kind of want to play games with you again. It's been a while. Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving HOTS, like a one season kind of competitive thing, just so we have a chance to play games together." So I pulled in a couple people who don't really play HOTS that I knew in real life, and I was like, you know what? Because three of us are from the original team name, let's pull it back out. Let's use it again.
Fantastic. Good to hear. Nice. It was more of a history than I was expecting. That's cool to hear.
Yeah. For a team name like team name, it's surprisingly in depth and it's
A
lore.
storied and ancient team name. Very nice. All right. Well, a 2-1 victory today. Congratulations on that. Very well done. The floor is yours. Any shout outs you'd like to make before we close out here?
Shout outs to the whole team. Special shout out to Patience for subbing in tonight and being readily available. We appreciate it. And shout out to Arthur Bishop. Hopefully, we'll have to get more details on this car accident. It sounds like it wasn't too bad, but there's always a lot of paperwork and that kind of stuff.
Oh, for sure.
So hopefully that goes well. Shout out to Twitch chat, and shout out to NGS for putting it all together, and especially shout out to you, Crush. We're honored to be your first cast of the season.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Well, thank you so much for coming on by, Majesty. Congrats again on the win, and good luck going forward in the season.
Thank you.